Xianyun, or better known as Cloud Retainer, is an absolute enigma when it comes to her mannerisms and mechanisms. So today, I want to dive into her lore and give you all 10 fun and interesting facts about Xianyun that you may or may not know about. Number 1. Xianyun's first reaction to hearing about the news of Morax's assassination was to wipe out Liyue from the map. According to the Arcane Quest, when we first meet her after completing her domain puzzles and tell her of the situation regarding Morax's death, Cloud Retainer makes it very clear to us that the next course of action to match a transgression of this magnitude was to quote, quash Liyue Harbor. It was only with Paimon's intervention and the reminder that she has a contract to protect humanity that she calms down for a little bit. Number 2. Xianyun is a great seamstress. Not only was she able to sew Xiuyu new clothes, but also help Gaming with his.
Auntie Xianyun always has my back. Once, she saw that my wushou head was looking a little worse for wear, and instantly said she could make like 10 more for me, all twice my size. She was pretty insistent. It took me forever to talk her down to just remodeling the one I already had. And boy, is this an improvement! It looks way more impressive, it's much lighter, and the lion blanket constantly rustles in the air like there's an adeptal wind making it dance. I couldn't be happier with it.
Number 3. Xianyun may not have the best relationship with the human concept of mora and currency. It's no secret that Xianyun, as an adeptus, isn't well versed with saving and spending, as we know that despite her being a mechanic and tinkerer, she would often have these parts on the ready or after years of salvaging and gathering, but not necessarily buying or trading for them. When we see her starting her human life, it was while she was discussing matters with a businessman regarding her selling her antique mechanisms because she was short on mora. Furthermore, it looks like Zhongli also has something to say regarding Xianyun's spending habits.
I hear many merchants of Liyue tell tales of a Miss Xianyun. By most accounts, she appears proud and taciturn upon first glance. Yet in conversation, people find her to be forthright and fair-minded, and they are pleased to make her acquaintance. I am glad to hear this, but I have also heard a great many accounts lauding her readiness to part with large sums of mora.
Number 4. In most character voice lines, Xianyun is referred to properly as either Miss Xianyun, Master, or Lady Xianyun, but Yao Yao actually calls her Auntie Cloud Retainer.
There are adepti everywhere in Liyue. I've met loads of them. Auntie Cloud Retainer, Uncle Mountain Shaper, but Auntie Cloud Retainer's my favorite. She's given me all kinds of adepti gadgets and taught me all about how to use them. I've learned so much from her.
Furthermore, Gaming also calls her Auntie Xianyun. Number 5. Xianyun's glasses are just for show, and she actually doesn't need them to see. This makes complete sense considering that her true bird form doesn't actually have any vision impairment, but the real question is, why does she wear her glasses? According to her character's story, the reason Xianyun opts to wear glasses is because she believes they are accessories, and that she finds red to not be a boring color. And another reason is because she thinks it makes her look more human and puts people at ease. But she covers it up by lying that she means it as a fashion context because she wasn't from Liyue Harbor. Number 6. When Xianyun first moved into Liyue Harbor, it was Zhongli that oriented her about the little things about actually living there.
When Rex Lapis first heard of one's plan to take up residence in Liyue Harbor, he recited a long and detailed list of considerations for the furnishing and adornment of a home. Natural lighting, ventilation, bespoke woodwork, procuring porcelain, placement of plants and flowers. Oh, one's mind felt ready to explode from the deluge of information. Do all facets of life in the human world take so much effort?
Can you imagine that kind of thing? It's like a dummy's guide to being human. One confused fossil to another. Honestly, I thought that Cloud Retainer, for all of her mechanic thinking, would be well versed in the aspect of furnishing and houses. But turns out I'm wrong. Number 7. Xianyun might have a lot of disciples, but that doesn't mean her abode in Mount Aotsang is open to just anybody. Xianyun recounts a moment in her past where many mortals longed to seek the guidance of the Adepti, and that they would leave offerings of food at the altar. Of course, Cloud Retainer found the idea of interrupting her own meditation just to consume mortal meals to be preposterous, but she indulges in the practice because the actions were relatively heartfelt. However, the more pious of the pilgrims made something of a campsite in Mount Aotsang, to which Cloud Retainer responded by having to post a sign outside of her abode decreeing that all would-be disciples must first present 99 dishes over a period of many days, each dish unique in its recipe and featuring the chingsin as its main ingredient. She believes that this is a test of perseverance, and if you can't actually persevere for more than 3 months, then what's the point of training under her? Number 8. Cloud Retainer's name card has one of the funniest flavor texts. Its description reads, "Be honest. When Cloud Retainer asks you, do you perceive one as merely some larger bird? Did you also append the thoughts, yes, and you talk and fiddle with funny machines?" I don't know, I just really like the description. Number 9. Did you know that Cloud Retainer has many forms than just her bird form and her human form? According to her character's story 4, the Yakshas Bonanas and Indarius would often accompany Cloud Retainer, beating time and singing along to straightforward ramblers' melodies. Sometimes, when she gets excited, Cloud Retainer would take on all kinds of different forms as she danced along with the gentle breeze. Makes me wonder what kind of animals Cloud Retainer can turn into. Number 10. Ningguang knows that Cloud Retainer is Xianyun based on her voice lines regarding her meetings with the Adeptus.
I plan to have Lady Xianyun over for a casual conversation over tea in a few days. I happen to have in my possession a number of mechanical devices, and I would be most interested to hear her insights on their design and use. It would also be a fine opportunity to hear about her experiences as an Adeptus, adapting to a new life in Liyue Harbor. All I require now is a suitable candidate to deliver the invitation to her on my behalf. Would you be interested, traveler?
And that's it for us today. Cloud Retainer is definitely a unique look into how immortal, godly folk try to acclimate themselves to the more mundane and human customs and norms for the first time. And I'm interested to see what kind of hijinks she has in store for us. But my name is Aster, and thank you for chilling with me. Bye-bye!